Okay, welcome to my lesson, I'll call it, on major 7 and minor 7th chords. This is my second attempt because of my lack of skill in video capture, but I have this light on very bright because the first thing I want to do, and I'll start with saying the reason I'm doing this is because I've had friends and some students who I've been giving private lessons for a few years, but who, if they've been playing a while, sometimes I'll mention a major 7 or a minor 7 chord to them, and they are really not sure what that is, how to play them in more than one spot, even one spot, let alone 2 or 3, which is like really, really important. I'm going to try to convince you of that by playing through a few little segments of songs or progressions that hopefully you'll recognize. Hope I can play them well enough that you'll recognize them, but just to recognize that they're really important, really useful if you want to move on in your playing. I've played them for years and just recognized how they're just really nice chords, both. Especially the major 7's probably my favorite chord. Have a favorite chord, so I want to give you these screen capture pictures. The reason the light is so bright, I want to make sure that you can do a screen capture of these. And I'm going to start with this first page. It'll be like 4 pages, and what this is, I'm going to hold it long enough for you to get stop your screen, freeze it, take a screen capture, and then print that off. Okay, we're going to do this like 4 times. Okay, things to note here are hopefully this little bit of yellow is showing up too. I'm not sure if it will. Some of these have a little bit of yellow, and that means they're kind of optional notes within the chord with jazz chords in particular, and this is by no means a lesson on jazz, although the major 7 and minor 7 chords are well used in jazz, but it's sort of a practice, I guess I'd say, in playing jazz that players strive to, or the genre itself kind of strives to eliminate duplication of notes within a chord. Like, for example, a C major 7 here, I'll just use as an example, have a couple of, I know that you don't really need 2 E's in there, so I have like a C major 7 showing it X'd out there, and then an open one where you play it. That yellow O and the one below is kind of like the optional, okay, open string type, I'm calling them, and you play them that way fairly often, okay, but within jazz that is something they sort of recognize, and it sounds a little more like jazz when you don't duplicate notes within the chord. This is page 2. This is just your first kind of batch of major 7th movable chords, I'm going to call them, and we'll talk about them later. But I want you to get your picture of that. Okay, hold that for a minute. This part will be the longest, so you can go and get your picture of that and print that out. 2 more. A little faster with this. This is pretty high tech, I know. I've seen high tech, and this is not high tech. So this is your 3rd page. Copy that baby off. Keep my finger in there, so when you print it off, you'll have my fingernail there. Okay. This is my 2nd time through, because part of what I forgot to do, well, when I noticed watching it back, I was nipping the top and the bottom of the page off, or sometimes one or the other. So anyway, okay, so copy that one, freeze frame, screen capture, whatever. Go print that baby off, and then have these ready to go through with me. And hopefully I'm just assuming you're tuned up. I'm assuming you know some basic chords. My first segment of this, and this may be in like 2 or 3 parts, as far as videos, where we'll have to go through, stop, and go to a next video. Okay. I want to play a handful of, as I said earlier, little segments that will kind of spark your interest and recognize the importance of playing or learning the major 7 and the minor 7 chords. I don't think I need that much light. I turned that down. It's kind of blinding my eyes there. So here's my first little offering. Okay. That's an F major 7. I'm actually intended to just say it's a major 7. I won't say like F major 7, C major 7, but major 7. So hopefully you're recognizing some of that. Okay, put that major 7th chord in there. Similar era, actually same group here. That's also a major 7. Happens to be the same as in the last song too. Same major 7 chord, F major 7. But and I'm finger picking, another element of playing, but really really nice. The major 7 chord there, really important. Here's one that's kind of fun. Let's try that again. Recognize it yet? So, and here would be a major 7. So major 7 chord there. Major 7 in that case. Here's one you'll probably recognize. I gotta get the melody in my head. Both major 7 chords. Not a major 7 chord. And the next section is the minor 7. Another minor 7. Minor 7. Repeating there. This was that's a major 7 also, okay, within that progression. So then back to the other major 7. Oh, this should have been a violin part. Haha. How about this one? A little more jazzy. Major 7 chord right there. Major 7, same one. And that's a different major 7 chord. That's really a minor 7 with some the pinkies doing some melody notes, but then again, climbing, same, another major 7. Minor 7, another major 7. And then some really hard chords. carried away there. Another jazzy one. Song my dad liked. He called it Flag. That's not what it's called. Major 7. Another major 7. Minor 7. Minor 7. This is minor 7, not a minor 7, but you can hear how often it occurs in those songs. I'm going a little too slow here. So how about this? Everybody's probably going to recognize. It's a major 7. That's just an A minor, just a B. I forget where it goes from there, but then it goes. So major 7's kind of galore in that song. Here's a little more folksy. There's a major 7. Just keep going, right? Oh, here we go. So that intro you probably recognize. Every chord there was a major 7. Major 7, major 7, major 7, major 7. Kind of a little study in major 7 chords just within that song. Major 7. Major 7. Major 7. So again and again. Let's see. Oh, I'm a country player. That's all just G, C, D, C. Right? No, here we go. Major 7. It's country, right? I was going to try this one. I don't know if I'll get through it good enough. Major 7. Let's see. A different major 7. Okay, so again, major 7. All right, so it's almost done here. Minor 7. Minor 7. Every other one there, minor 7, same chord. We try to get done before. Now I'm going to say the last 3 for my next. Now I'll try to do one here. Here we go. Big one. Oh, so you're probably going to recognize this. It's a minor 7. This is a minor 7. Minor 7. So minor 7. In some places coming, I'll note that it's either good or not good, like I did with the jazz song thing, to not duplicate notes within a chord, but that one, or not hit the high strings, but that's a good one. Doesn't sound right without it. Okay. Alrighty, let's move on to the second video. Run out of time to stay under 15 minutes.